What's going on, family? Happy Friday. It's your boy, Crazy Faith, the God in the building, getting ready to drop some quick value for you guys today. Let's dive straight into this. Today's topic is going to be the positive perception of God, right? The positive perception of God. So, we have a lot of perceptions that we can adapt to, that we can push forward, and that we can strive towards being the great version of ourselves. And then we also have the negative perceptions that's bring us down to the lowest vibration of ourselves, right? So we always want to have that perception of God, right? What perception, what lens are you looking through on a day-to-day basis? It's going to determine your results in the direction you go through life, right? In order to get to your promised land, and in order to get to your dreams and goals, right? And in order to become the best version of yourself, you're going to have to look through a certain perception, right? And that's going to be the perception of God. Any other perception is going to lead you away from God, and it's going to lead you astray, and it's going to be very hard, right? So what helped me develop the perception of God is just tapping into one mind, right? And just putting God first in everything that I do, and always setting an intention to be purpose driven, right? So my intention for today, at work, is to be purpose driven. Let's see how many people I can help today, right? Because I know God is going to help me do my task. So I want to be able to help someone else do their task, right? And the strength and power of God. And that, what that does is it helps you grow. It helps you help other people, having that intention of helping other people. Because the more people you help, the more success you will gain eventually, right? Over a period of time. But you have to be willing to have that perception of helping someone. If you don't have that perception of helping someone, and you're just all about you, then you won't get too far, right? You will stay stuck in that bubble, and maybe that's why you're stuck right now, right? Because you're always thinking about you, right? When you're supposed to be helping other people. By helping other people, people help you when you need help, right? I've seen this plenty of times, right? And shout out to my boy Carlos. He helped me develop this mindset of helping someone. I know I was trying to get my dirt bike fixed, right? And I was at Walmart trying to get my dirt bike fixed. I seen a truck to the side, and I went over there just to see if I could find like a tool to help me take out the battery out of my dirt bike. I was able to find, a tool, a little hammer or whatever, to help me take out the screws and everything. And he had came back, and he was like, I told him off the rip before he even, like, came back to the car. I was like, hey, I borrowed your hammer. I'm just using it real quick to take out my battery. Then he was able to come over without me even having to ask him. He came over and he helped me, right? Without no asking, no nothing. He just did it out of the kindness of his heart. And as I'm there, just sitting there, I'm just thanking God, like, thank you, God, for allowing this person to help me. It felt so good to have someone help me, because I was late for work. It was my first day. I was late for work, and I needed this battery to fix. And, like, me being late for work and trying to fix the battery even frustrated me more. And I had to, like, keep calm. And then, boom, God sent someone to, boom, help me. So ever since then, I'm like, yo, it feels so good to get help, right? It feels so good to get help. So let me return the favor by helping other people so they could feel that good feeling of being helped. And I didn't realize how important being helped was. That feeling of being helped when you really need it, that's so powerful. So I used that situation, and now I transferred it over into helping more people at work, right? I'm able to help more people at work. By helping more people at work, right? By helping more people at work, anytime I need help, they're there to help me, and that ultimately will lead to promotion. That ultimately will lead to for promotion. You have to do more than what you're getting paid for, right? That's good. You have a job. That's amazing, right? But we have to do more than what we're getting paid for. Not saying, oh, they don't pay me enough to do this. That's where you stay in that category. When people say, oh, they don't pay me enough for this, that's why they stay where they're at. You have to do more. You have to do more than what you're getting paid for. You have to do more than what you're getting paid for. We have to do more than what we're getting paid for in order to see the abundance. Because when it's time for promotion, they're gonna remember, okay, that person was helping out that person. He knows how to do that. That other person was giving a handout to them. They was helping out around the restaurant. They was helping out around the job place. You know what? Let's promote them to the manager's position. Let's see if they're willing to take that because they're worthy. We've seen that they're worthy. They was helping out people, so they got it. Once God sees that you're worthy, you get that promotion, right? We have to develop that mindset of doing more than what you're getting paid for instead of saying they don't pay me enough for this. I heard people say that, and I'm like, oh, let me stay away from you. Let me stay away from you, you, and you. Because that mentality will keep you at a low vibration. That mentality will keep you at a low income for the rest of your life. So that's why they say watch the people that you keep around you because the five people that you keep around you that are rich, you're eventually going to be the sixth person that becomes rich. If you're around five poor people, you're going to be the sixth poor person. Your company is everything. The company you keep is everything, right? So we got to be mindful of the company that we're keeping on a day-to-day basis. What kind of company are you keeping around you to keep you pushing forward, right? What kind of company are you keeping around you to be more successful? Because if you're hanging around people that says, "Oh, they don't pay me enough for this," you got to start switching up your friends. When I hear people talking like that, okay, it's time to love from a distance, because that could be limiting. If we can't pull them up to like get them out of that mindset, then we got to leave them where they're at. They don't want to come up higher. They comfortable there. Okay, love from a distance. Keep it pushing. We're not worrying about pleasing people and trying to fit in because God made us to stand out and be a difference, right? So, right, developing that perception of God. We gotta develop that perception of God, right? God is a person that's just like not he's not compromising. He doesn't have that perception of compromise, right? He does not have the perception of compromise. He has the perception of his will, right? Love, peace, and joy. Being able to help someone, being able to pick someone up in need, right? Being able to spread the word. That's the intentions of God, right? Working towards the kingdom, right? Staying focused on the goal, right? Eliminating distractions, eliminating compromising, killing your flesh, sacrificing your flesh. This is all of the perception of God. And this is how we stand. This is how we stand on a higher vibration to keep pushing forward. Because the minute you go against that perceptions of God, you get turmoil, you get conflict, you get problems, you get thrown in the fire, you get the opposite of what you want. So we got to be mindful of this. We got to be super, super, super mindful of the perception of God, right? The perception of God. Don't forget that and try to develop it, right? Challenge yourself to ask yourself on a day to day basis, am I looking through the perception of God, or am I looking through a different perception that is not of God, that's taking you away from God, right? Remember, God created this whole world. We need his spirit to get to the promised land, to get to the vision, to become all that he created us to be, right? We need to develop the perception of God, and we got to keep him close in order to get our dreams and goals, no matter how hard it feels, no matter what it is. Because that hardship, that discomfort is shaping you and strengthening you into the person that God needs you to be. So embrace it and fight. You got to embrace it and keep fighting and pushing through to see what's on the other side, right? That goes for me too. I got to keep pushing to see what's on the other side, and I got to trust every single step that I'm taking with God. I have to trust every single step, right? So I'm gonna leave you guys with this, right? If you guys don't start developing the perception of God, you know, you will be led astray. You won't have the guidance. You won't be able to stand for where He's taking you. You won't be able to see the vision of the person, the woman that God is creating through you. You won't see the character that's being forged through God if you don't keep the right perception of God, right? So, want to take a few minutes to pray with you guys. God, I ask that you open their minds, open their vision, help them to switch their perception into what you're trying to do in their life. Give them the strength to endure through the hardship, through the turmoil, through the battles, through the devil. Help them to get through that and to become all that you've been created them to be. In Jesus' name, let's go. Let's become 1% better. Enjoy the rest of today. Happy Monday once again. It's your boy Crazy Faith on the way out. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.